Hello and welcome to Indian News with me, Zaishan Amir. In tonight's top stories, schools nationwide reopen for the new academic year. Education Minister announces government's decision to provide 100 higher education opportunities to teachers this month. Vice President Dr. Mohammad Jamil Ahmed says that the new educational curriculum to be implemented this year would lay a crucial foundation for reaching the country's targets for greater economic and social development. Today is the first day of the new academic year. This year, schools reopened with numerous changes, preparations, and even greater hopes. Academic year Sunday morning with a new curriculum and new textbooks in place. Printing books on time was the biggest challenge for the Ministry of Education this year. All textbooks except Quran, Islam and DhiTV books were printed and distributed on time. Since the textbooks for these three subjects had to be prepared in the country, delays were caused due to lack of response the ministry received when it sought interested parties for the work. However, the Education Ministry took necessary steps to solve the issue. This academic year began with many positive changes and developments for the education sector. Earlier, lack of teachers and facilities used to be a major issue schools faced towards the beginning of the academic year. However, this year, when schools reopened, all the facilities and required number of teachers were provided. This year, teachers' salaries have also been increased with the introduction of qualification allowance. In addition, the second government school built in Hulmale, Rehendi School, has also been opened. The school is by far the biggest and the most expensive school construction project carried out by the government. A whopping 110 million rupiah was spent on it. According to the Education Ministry, Rehendi School is the biggest symbol for the education sector this year, which marks the golden jubilee of the country's independence. The school has 46 classrooms and a student capacity of 1,500. While the new academic year began with these developments, government believes that a positive transformation will be seen in students this year. Education Minister Dr. Aishat Chiham announces government's decision to provide 100 higher education opportunities this month to increase capability and salaries of local teachers. In her address to the nation on the occasion of the commencement of the new academic year, Education Minister Dr. Aishat Chiham said that the higher education opportunities will be opened for teachers and principals of schools and for those who wish to remain in the service. She said that the biggest joy for her this year is the increment in teachers' salaries. She also said that under government's efforts to develop schools, construction of 275 new classrooms, 21 multi-purpose halls, 5 libraries and 11 science labs will begin this year. The Education Minister further said that under the efforts to increase youth skill-building programs, Maldives Polytechnic's student capacity will be increased to over 1,000. Vice President Dr. Mohammad Jamil Ahmed says that the new educational curriculum to be implemented this year would lay a crucial foundation for reaching the country's targets for greater economic and social development. In a statement issued regarding the commencement of the new academic year, the Vice President has noted that the Maldives is starting a new academic year with the hope of transforming many expectations into reality. He said that changes brought to the salaries of teachers are an encouragement for them and that the changes will raise the quality and level of education offered at schools nationwide. He noted that these hopes and expectations would be realized by virtue of the hard work done by teachers and cooperation from parents. We'll take a short break now and return in a few minutes.
Beenunlaveng activate kolleva magoja savaf hatere sumaka SMS korava.
Welcome back. Department of Immigration and Emigration has advised Maldivians traveling to India to carry their old passports along with the new one. A statement issued by the department said that it has decided to issue documents containing old passports information to those who do not have their old passports. As per the bilateral agreement between Maldives and India, Maldivians can travel to India for 90 days every 6 months, and those who wish to stay in India for longer within the 6-month period have to obtain visa. Immigration Department said that airlines that carry passengers who do not adhere to the regulation are being fined. The department also said that if travelers have renewed their passports when they check in at the airport, airline staff checks whether he or she has their old passports, otherwise they refuse to take the passenger on board. The fraud and deception case against former Deputy Speaker of Parliament and Diggar MP Ahmad Nazim has been appealed at the Supreme Court. Both the High Court and the Criminal Court had previously cleared Nazim of the 4 charges levelled against him. The case was appealed at the Supreme Court past the given deadline. Despite expiration of deadline, the Prosecutor General's office had appealed selected cases. These cases were reportedly filed along with a letter from Prosecutor General due to the fact that the appeal deadline expired during the period when there was no Prosecutor General. The state had charged Nazim for fraudulently winning a tender announced by former Atolls Ministry to procure harbour lights. Addu International Airport Company has banned the public from picnicking in the island of Gan, where Gan International Airport is located, citing concerns regarding the airport's safety and security. In a notice issued by AIA, it is stated that while international airports are insured and instructed to maintain certain safety and security standards, the usage of beaches and airport areas on Gan Island by the public is posing threats to the safety standards of the airport. AIA has therefore banned the public from picnicking and fishing at any spots on Gan Island, except the Equator Village and Gan Island Retreat. The notice also informs that necessary action will be taken against unauthorized persons who enter the premises of the airport office, airfield access points and other off-limits areas on the island. That's all we have tonight. Thank you for watching.